Alright, and welcome back to the Darkest Dungeon. It's time for yet another Ruins run. We have upgraded our skills and selected new skills. You can see that we already have some trinkets here. The Highwayman, for instance, has a melee skill trinket. Roby has a plus hit points trinket. Not really good so far, but better than nothing. And we bought Inspiring Cry with Roby, which is a stress healing ability. We bought a couple of new abilities with Arnab here. We left his pistol shot and his open vein, which were the two main damage skills, but we got Duelist Advance, and that's the skill with the riposte that I was talking about, and yet another skill which is called Point Blank Shot that shifts the Highwayman further back towards another position. By looking at Archie, we have reconsidered a couple of the skills. Mainly, he's now going to be able to attack all areas, all positions with his Noxious Blast. He'll have a new skill that allows him to stun 2 targets at the same time. And last but not least, we have a skill that removes Blight and Bleed at the same time. We bought the group party heal for our priest, for our vessel, and we even have another damaging ability that we got on top of it. The run that we want to do is another medium run. Explore 90% of the rooms for an eye patch. That the eye patch itself is going to be for one of the other members of our roster, so we couldn't use it, but the mission itself is pretty damn good, so that's why we're going to do it. So with that being said, we have our typical loadout, and we're going to embark on the mission. The tactic for the different dungeons is really, we want to make sure that the dungeons level more or less equally. At the very beginning, it often doesn't work out, because the main reason why you go into a dungeon is a specific item or a loot item. So just unless you cannot get a mission over a longer period and you just need to take any mission basically into a dungeon, I would always suggest to you that you try to level them equally and go for the loot first. Good. We have a couple of skeleton enemies. Again, we need to explore 90% of the rooms. That shouldn't be too much of an issue. But now let's take a look what the new ability has to offer. So we're going into this riposte position, which means whenever he's being hit, we're now going to find that he can immediately react and shoot back. So let's see how that would work once he's targeted. There we go. He's targeted and directly hits for 7 points of damage back, which is incredible because it gives us extra actions without needing to pay for it. It also works even if you're missing your target, which makes it even better.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken. Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
And it remains for 2 rounds, which means even if he's now moving back, it's still active. There you go, see?
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
We're going to enter right into the next combat. Since it's such a low number of enemies, we're going to use this combat in order to refresh some of our resources. As always, starting with the enemies in the back line first.
Executed with impunity. Soothed. Sedated.
So, now that we killed everyone, this is the stabilization phase, which means we're trying not to kill this guy, but just to stun him. Apparently not very successful. And once he would have been stunned, we would have just healed 1 or 2 more times. Okay, so the job is explore 90% of the rooms. Easy enough. Oh, nice. Mancantator is very good. Plus 15% damage against humanoids. Not bad. Okay. The way I like to go through dungeons when I need to explore is I want to make sure to be efficient. So I'm always looking for circles, like here. 90% on this dungeon, however, means we need to explore every room with the exception of 1. The spiders as enemies, we haven't seen them yet. They have a nasty web, you've just seen that. The web itself stuns you, but also marks you. And once you're marked, it's difficult to get out of there. Because your dodge is going to be lower and lower over time. So that's really a problem. The spiders, however, have really low hit points, so that's an advantage. If you can kill them fast enough, they are not dealing a lot of damage.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
However, of course, if you miss, then that's not good.
Another one falls. As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Good, we got a permanent buff until we are going to sleep, which is plus 10 dodge and plus 15 protection. And nice, we got a scouting on top of it, so we know the next 3 rooms. And we're going to do a little bit of a circle now. This here is some bonus loot.
The light, the promise of safety.
Now that we're scouting like every single section, there isn't really much that surprises us. Good part about the scouted section is you definitely know that there is no enemy waiting for you. You cannot be ambushed, and you know if there are any traps. That's a very important room. There is a secret door. So this here is the first time that you guys see it. But sometimes in scouting, you find these rooms here, and they are really, really good. So, don't forget to bring the keys, because that here is big treasure. 3,500 right away. Protection trinket. And a trinket with plus 30% healing skills. It increases stress. That's the downside of it. But 30% healing skills is nothing to sneeze at. Similarly, 20% protection is nothing to sneeze at. But whenever possible, I'm trying to not take the extra stress trinkets. This here is really good though. So we'll need to do a good job in stress removal. We're running low on food. So let's hope that we either can find some food, which I doubt we'll be able to do, or hurry up with scouting this whole dungeon. We're also running out of torches. Okay, so 90% of the rooms means we at least need to do 3, if not 4 more rooms. And we want to take the room down here, because that's yet another treasure room. However, as with any treasure room, there will be a fight in that room. So every treasure room has a room battle automatically in it. So we're moving there in the fastest possible way because we're running out of light. And now we're officially also out of food. Well, shadowy light condition, not the best to start such a fight. We're going to stun the front line, and we're going to keep them stunned. Our main focus will be killing the back line.
Well struck.
There we go, 1 down. 2 down.
Maintain the offensive.
And I think we can just finish him now. Alright, easy enough. This team, there is a reason why that's the first team.
This expedition at least promises success.
It's really straightforward.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies. If only treasure could staunch the flow of other.
Okay, let's see. We can eat. Alright, we got a curse. Very good.
What yonder? A glint of
Got
gold.
some more heirlooms. And there are 2 more curious right away, and then we can leave the dungeon. I'm trying to get the most out of it, really. There we go. Dungeon done.
The great ruins belong to us. And
We found ourselves 15,000 gold and a lot of heirlooms this time. Not too bad. Everyone made it to level 2. That's good. Healer's Gift, completely useless. Usually when you're camping you don't want to use healing skills, you want to use stress reduction. Because the camping skills are so valuable, you don't want to waste them on normal healing. You use food for normal healing. And that's pretty much about it. Alright, we got the new shield breaker class that just recently arrived. And I'm going to do the town management off stream, so see you in the next video.